Henry Winter of the Times has kindly stopped by. Obviously, Footy with Dad is obviously, when Jake was very ill, I didn't think I'd be able to ever take him to football. Unfortunately, over the years, he's got bigger and stronger, and we now go to most Spurs games together. We obviously raise money to get underprivileged children to football matches. What were your experiences of watching football as a child growing up?
Well, I was born in '63, so I suppose it was 1970s, a World Cup. I didn't really absorb. I knew it was going on, but it was more than 1974 World Cup, just watching that on television. And just the teams of the 70s. Obviously Leeds initially, a bit of Chelsea. This is just watching it on television. Because basically as a kid growing up in London, all I wanted to do was play. So I just was kicking around with mates in the park or with school or whoever, just kicking about. First game I went to that my dad, who was not a football fan, took me to, and my siblings too, was we were on holiday in Norfolk, and it was at Carrow Road, and it was real old school, so everyone standing and drinking Bovril, not like the sort of the luxury you have now, far noisier though. And it was a game against Aston Villa, and my sister still remembers it because whenever their game's on, she says, "Why isn't it 5-4 like that Norwich Aston Villa game?" And it was brilliant because everyone was sort of dancing around. I'm pretty sure Norwich won, so that was the first one that I remember. And I mean, just the atmosphere, the fans, the smell, walking past police horses. I can remember as a away fan going to, in a way, it's often away matches that get you most. Going to Molineux, I can still remember the walk from the train station, past the police, under the underpass, looking up, just hearing about these feared Wolves fans. But I wasn't a regular sort of travelling. I had a lot of friends at school, boarding school in London, who would have another aunt dying, would go off and watch Leeds, or go off and watch Manchester United, or go off and watch Liverpool. So, but for me, as a child, it was mainly watching it on television, but playing it at a very, very, very low level.
And did that make you want to get into writing about it at a later stage, or it was later on that you got?
It was probably about 13 or 14 that I wanted to get this job. Maybe 14, 15. The school I was at, the prep school in London, they, although it was in Hampstead, Swiss Cottage, they actually played at just outside Wembley. So we would go to Wembley Park, and their pitches behind there now, which they're built an academy on it, but you can still see the pitch. So as a kid, you were just sort of looking at Wembley, and I would sort of start going to Wembley and watching England. Loved all that. Went to England away. Remember, I saw Gary Lineker's debut when he came on at Hampden Park. Woodcock, I think it was Woodcock equalised in a 1-1, 84. So, yeah, but in terms of work, look, what I do, coming to places like Old Trafford, you know, it's not a proper job. I saw my friends getting really sort of serious jobs, like going off to become lawyers and doctors, some of them politicians. And I just thought, what a great way of travelling around the world. And so I've been to 8 World Cups, European Championships, and to explore the country and write about them, as well as the football. Whatever I'd have done, it would have been football related.
Right, definitely. And how do you think it's changed from when you were a child going to football to, right, I take my son to football? Do you think clubs are doing enough to get kids into football?
No, I think there's a generation, slightly older than Jake. There's a generation, if we move over so we can get run over. I think football, Premier League clubs particularly, are in danger of losing a generation of supporters. I think from 18 to 24, the ticket prices are too high. So look, my son he's 21, and he goes and watches Bristol City because he's down at university down there. But you know, even the cost of that is not too bad. But I just think, you know, if you're a student, or if you've just left home, or even if you're living at home, you know, you're between 18 and 24, you might be saving up for your first property, you've got rent, you've got other things to spend money on. Ticket prices are far too high. And I look at it obviously from the perspective of the fans, but also look at it from the perspective of the broadcasters. Because the broadcasters want full, noisy stadiums. And the ones who generate the most noise, as you'll see here tonight, are the 18 to 24-year-olds. So they've got to target that.
The report came out a couple of weeks ago that over half the Premiership clubs could have no fans and still make profit.
That was really worrying. I mean, here you've had it as well with Ed Woodward, the executive vice chairman, talking about the fact that you can, however well the team does, they're still making money. So look, the game has changed from when we grew up to when, sort of Jake's generation. It's all about the money. It's all about the club shop, the merchandising, and the ticketing is too much. We've seen it with away tickets. The Football Supporters Federation has got a very good campaign. 20 is plenty, and 20 is what it should be. Yeah. Because away fans get the home fans going as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I won't keep you. Last question. Obviously, Jake and I go around the country watching Spurs. What do you feel their chances are this season?
Well, when you've got a manager like Pochettino, who I love Pochettino. I love the way you'd want to work for him. I'm sure as players, they love playing for him. I've talked to Eric Dyer about this at length, and his eyes light up when you talk about Pochettino. Pochettino is key for Tottenham.
Sure.
This, that you've got some great players, real role models, Dele Alli, Harry Kane, obviously Hugo Lloris, not so great recently, but you've got a good, strong squad who really like each other. There's a real bond between the players and with the manager as well. Everyone's making a fuss about the stadium not opening on time. That stadium is going to be fantastic, and there are going to be so many jealous fans going there and seeing a great stadium in an area of London which I know and needs a bit of TLC.
Sure.
So that's good. So look, things are all going in the right direction with Tottenham. Yes, they need a trophy, but a lot of clubs need trophies.
Yeah,
but they will come. The trophies will come with Pochettino because he's brilliant. Play good football. Should sort out Alderweireld and Danny Rose because they're class acts. You want to hold on to those, but have a word with the chairman.
Lovely. Thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure.
Really do appreciate your time.
No, good luck with us. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, Jake.